Have you ever heard of a house that just doesn't make sense? A building that seems alive, where the hallways change, the walls breathe, and whoever enters never returns? This story will take you to a place that doesn't appear on maps, a place that many have tried to forget, and that maybe it's better to keep it that way. But now it's too late. You've already started listening. Weaver Hill is a secluded hill in the Maine countryside, surrounded by dense forests and a fog that never lifts. For decades, locals have avoided the area, and it's not just superstition. There's something about the land that's unsettling, as if the air is heavier and the sounds quieter than they should be. At the top of the hill is a house that looks like it was abandoned before it was even inhabited. The house was built in the 1960s by an architect named Elijah Rourke. He said he didn't design from traditional blueprints. He came up with his ideas in vivid dreams where voices guided him. Rourke disappeared weeks after finishing the work. Police never found any clues. The only thing left was the structure, made of dark wood, with boarded-up windows, as if to keep anything from getting out. Since then, stories have emerged. Figures in windows, whispers in the wind, and a presence that seems to always be watching. But the scariest thing, it's not what you see. It's what you feel when you get close. A chill down your spine that paralyzes you. A silent certainty that you are not welcome. There, if you're here, it's because you also feel that something is wrong. So subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and come find out why some doors should never be opened. What would make you walk through the door of a cursed house? Curiosity, challenge, or maybe the desire to prove that fear is just a human invention. 5 young people thought so. They went in as skeptics, but when they left, well, that part of the story is still unfinished, and perhaps it never will be. In 1972, a group of Brown University students decided to camp at Weaver Hill during a holiday. Lovers of the occult and adrenaline, they wanted to test an old urban legend. They documented the entire trip, photos, letters, even tape recordings. The goal was to create a small project for the college newspaper, but the material was never published, because they never returned. What intrigues me to this day is the way the case was handled. The police found the camp empty. Nothing broken, no signs of a struggle, no escape routes. Inside the house there were no objects, just wall clocks, all stopped at exactly 3:44 in the morning. In every room, a silence so absolute that it bothered even the most experienced investigators. The families demanded answers, but the case was closed months later due to lack of evidence. Since then, no one has dared to cross the threshold of the house. They say that she rejects visitors, that whoever enters becomes part of her. Are you still here? Then you know this channel is your connection to the secrets the world tries to hide. Like, share, and subscribe. The truth is closer than it seems, but also much more dangerous. Imagine walking into a place where the walls shift as you sleep, where doors that were once there disappear, where you hear your name coming from inside the walls. This isn't a nightmare. This is what they say happens inside the house on Weaver Hill. And if it's true, then the space itself is alive and hungry. People who have come close to the house report similar sensations: disorientation, loss of sense of time, and memories that fade. Some claim to have taken only a few steps, but when they looked back, they could no longer see the entrance. It was as if the place had swallowed them up. Others say they heard knocking, coming from the ground, as if someone was calling for help from the basement. An urban explorer tried to map the interior with motion sensors and cameras, but the data never matched. Hallways seemed to change location, rooms repeated themselves, and at certain moments, the captured images showed people who were not on the team. Faces without eyes, shadows that watched, and reflections that did not match reality. It's as if the house were an organism, an entity that adapts, that sucks up memories, emotions, and even time. Maybe that's why there are never any traces, there are never any bodies. Are you ready to continue? Then like, subscribe, and get ready. What's coming? Next, we'll test your sanity. And maybe, like many, you won't come out the same. Would you watch a cursed video if it contained the last images of someone before they disappeared? In 2023, a documentary crew left a camera on the porch of a house. No one knows how it got there, but the content is chilling to the bone. 3 young filmmakers wanted to make a mini documentary about American legends. They chose the Weaver Hill House as their focal point. They went in with microphones, drones, and high-powered flashlights. They recorded everything, and then they disappeared. 2 days later, a camera was found on the porch floor. The lens was cracked, but it worked. In the video, it all starts out as a game. They laugh, explore the rooms, and comment on the strange atmosphere. But little by little, their behavior changes. One of them stops talking. Another starts walking in circles. Deep sounds appear in the background, like heartbeats or something breathing. And then, whispers. Short phrases, voices that don't match any of them. The last frame shows a broken mirror. For a second, you can see 4 figures reflected in it, but there are only 3 people in the group. If you think this is just another urban legend, maybe you're right. Or maybe it's already too late. Sign up now and don't miss the next cases, because what we're about to reveal could be your last night in peace. Every curse has a price. But what if the price is your memory, your identity? What if the goal isn't to kill, but to trap your soul inside forever? The house on Weaver Hill doesn't kill, it collects. And what it keeps, no one has ever seen back. Some theorists say the house was built on a flaw in reality. Others believe the architect, Elijah Rourke, was guided by something inhuman. Some even say the house is a kind of trap designed to capture certain types of people. The brave, the skeptical, the overly curious. It feeds on these minds. Reports from former residents indicate that Weaver Hill was avoided before the house was built. The place has always had a heaviness. Animals stay away. Electronic equipment fails. And on nights with a full moon, some of the house's windows glow with a greenish light, even though there's been no power there since 1973. The truth? We may never know. But one thing is certain, something inside is still watching, still waiting, and you are still here. If that's not fear, it's curiosity, and in both cases, you belong to the endless. Suspense, subscribe, share, and remember, danger isn't always out there. Sometimes, it's a house waiting for you to enter.